Hey there, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to Urban Odyssey. This is going to be a quicker format video going through a slideshow presentation based on the four main works of Marshall McLuhan because I had a request from a viewer on X to do some digging into his work. And Juxtaposition and I had done a video on him, and this is kind of a project that I had put on the back burner from then. So let's go ahead and look into it. Are you awake or are you programmed? Through somnambulism, we assume we are tools, but tools use us. They are active processes that reshape our psychic lives. The trap: conventional science studies content, the meat, while the medium, the burglar, breaks into the mind. The symptom: a numbness. We are chemically altered by every new technology we touch. The content of any medium blinds us to the character of the medium. The content of any medium blinds us to the character of the medium. So Marshall McLuhan is very interesting for one reason, and that is this concept that he brings in is actually a esoteric concept that I've done a little bit of work on. The absolute key presentation that I did, it's actually related to the Tetragrammaton. Here's a quick refresher on that. Four qualities: the yod hey vowel in the second hey, active, passive, neutral, and the second hey, 4, reduces back to 1. And so this process continues to infinity, every third number from 4. So beginning with 1, 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, and so on. 7, 10, 13, and so on. This is the principle of the tetrad, and then into this principle of the septenary. The masculine cycle 1 through 4 is the up triangle or the fire sign, and the feminine cycle is downward, and that gives you the up and the down triangle, the seal of Solomon, or the septenary. And I went ahead and connected that to the creation week of Genesis, which is a video you can check out. But I wanted to let everybody know that this work that Marshall McLuhan did is connected to that principle, very simply, because he's even calling it a tetrad. And he called it lost key. Mine is the absolute key. Well, mine is not mine. It's from the work of Pappus, Tarot of the Bohemians. What is a tetrad? The discovery. Marshall and Eric McLuhan unearthed a 4-part law governing every human artifact. That's exactly what I've just given you a preview of. Function. These are not statements. They are probes. Algorithms that unlock the future. Every gadget, theory, law, or word follows this code. No exceptions. That's true. To quote, the laws of media in the tetrad form reveal some of the subliminal and previously inaccessible aspects of technology. Absolutely. This is a very powerful principle. In my video, this is a graphic that I did a digital remaster of. The original was just like a black and white scan, but I just made that in Canva. And it's a symbol that I do decode in the video, the Tetragrammaton video. But this is the quote-unquote lost key that Marshall McLuhan is referring to. The 4 laws of existence. So we're looking for a positive, a negative, a neutral, and then a regeneration. In other words, we're looking for a proton, an electron, a neutron, and then an atom is the 4. So his four laws, Marshall McLuhan's, the four laws of existence. Enhance, the first. What does the artifact amplify or intensify? So that's the positive. 2. Obsolesce. What does it push out of the spotlight? What does it push out of the spotlight? Radio, obsolesces, print, or wire. 3. Retrieve. What ancient feeling or practice is brought back? Radio retrieves tribal drumming, as an example. 4. Reverse. What does it flip into when pushed to the extreme? Radio flips to panic. So enhance, let's see, amplify and intensify, push something out. Those two things are to join together, 1 and 2. So to enhance and push something out, that's kind of a, I guess you could say, a movement almost. It's almost like populism in this weird way. It's like, you know, it's the way that I kind of look at it with hindsight. So those two come together to revive some ancient feeling. And then it's inverted. Inse magna ruint. Great things collapse of their own weight. Non-linear warfare on the mind. Simultaneity. The tetrad is not a sequence, it is simultaneous. Indeed, it's kind of like how, you know, one can't exist without the other. That's the point. The point is that this is like the fundamental structure of nature. This is also having to do with the cube, you know, the black cube. The cube has got 4 corners. Tetrad is not a sequence, it is simultaneous. All 4 effects happen at once and they give definition to each other. The ratio. Enhance is to reverse, as retrieve is to obsolescence, a ratio of ratios. The shift. To see the truth, abandon visual space, seeing is believing, for acoustic space, the resonant or spherical, perhaps, you know, the internet. The warning. The content of any medium is always another medium. The content of any medium is always another medium. Decoding the computer. Enhances. Speed of calculation, sequencing, and logic. Obsolesces. The library, the filing cabinet, visual hierarchies. What does it retrieve? Perfect memory and the occult, hidden connections. Reverses into anarchy, pattern recognition, or the global village, total surveillance. Computers are useless. All they can give you is answers. That's Picasso. The illusion of freedom, the car. Enhances privacy, individual ego, the knight in shining armor. Obsolesces the horse, the city center, the walking community. Retrieves the frontier spirit, the Wild West. Reverses into traffic jams, static stillness, and the destruction of the city. At high speeds, the motor car reverts to nautical form and traffic flows. We are the sex organs of the machine world. Going to Webster's 1913 dictionary, the word commerce, the exchange or buying and selling of commodities, doing business, essentially merchandise on a large scale, or sexual intercourse. Commerce is sexual intercourse because what you are doing is a person with an idea is approaching another person in an endeavor to bring something about. So 2 people are joining together to bring something into existence. It's commerce is sex. At least Webster's 1913 and 1828 says that. We are the sex organs of the machine world. The amputation, when we extend a sense via tech, we amputate our central nervous system. The anesthesia, to survive the shock, the body goes numb, narcosis. The lover, we fall in love with our extensions like Narcissus with his reflection. The result, the user is the content, the user becomes a robot. Human reason being replaced by effective procedures. An effective procedure is an operation that enables a definition of a problem domain within formal mathematics, leaving it open for later computation using a machine. This formalization of thought creates the conditions under which aspects of human life are delegated as machine processes. In making machines that think like us, we're making ourselves think like them at the same time. But what is the computational layer between the two? The myth of the peaceful village. There's no such thing as utopia. The global village is a place of total involvement and zero privacy. Just look at China. Tribal terror. Electric speed brings prehistoric tribalism crashing into the present. The drum. Terror is the normal state of any oral society. Everything affects everything all the time. The node. You are no longer an individual. You are a node in the neural net. World War III is a guerrilla information war. World War III is a guerrilla information war with no division between military and civilian participation. Quote, 3 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets, Napoleon. I also will put a link to the Jesuit Jacobin principles that were employed during the French Revolution. Those are interesting. It's exactly where these came from too. The war for your brain hemispheres. The old science, visual. The left brain, linear, logical pipeline. The alphabet created visual space, detachment. The new science, acoustic. The right brain, simultaneous and resonant. Electric media retrieves acoustic space. Tribal and emotional groupthink. We are trapped in the clash between the two realities. Use the tetrad to break the spell. Stop judging. Don't ask, is this good or bad? The voice of the somnambulist. Start probing. Ask. Enhance. Obsolescence. Retrieve and reverse. The radar. Art and media study is an early warning system for society. Which is true. Look at, the AI art and stuff now. The goal, predict the effects of any new device before they actually appear. The age of the genuine fake. The paradox. In the electric age, the fake retrieves the real. The transcendence. The genuine fake transcends matching. It is the world of the real of experience. It is the world of the real of experience. The cycle. Trash becomes art. Cliché becomes archetype. This is pastiche. Quote, today's archetype was yesterday's art form. Day before yesterday's cliché. That is quite literally pastiche. It's like a knockoff of something. You are the vanishing point. The staple media are staples like cotton or oil that own you. The user is the content. The definition. The artist is the person who invents the means to bridge between biological inheritance and technological environments. The escape. To be free, you must become an artist. Stop consuming, start probing. And that's the end of the presentation. I highly suggest everybody check out the Tetragrammaton presentation that I did if you want to understand the Tetrad more and where it comes from. It is a very fascinating topic if you're interested in the numbers and stuff like that, because this is a pattern that repeats in all, real natural numbers. That being numbers that don't have any decimals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all natural numbers. This pattern repeats through all of them forever. So, all right. Appreciate y'all tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the next one.